guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you're on this video, you probably just came from my other video where I show you how to do my brow routine. And you know, today, well, this video, I'm going to be showing you my flawless foundation routine. So I'm going to take, I don't have my favorite foundation, but this is a really good one. Sorry, let me just roll up my sleeves. This is my Loreal Truematch in the color C10. I don't have my primer, but I did do my skin routine, which is not much, before this video. So I am moisturized. So if I don't go in with a primer, it's okay. Plus, I have really dry skin, and this is like a mattifying foundation. So I'm hydrated. That's what I meant to say. Okay, this was like a staple for me for like 8 months. Like I did not use anything else but this. That's why it's so like, I don't even know if there's product. This foundation is kind of old, so yeah. But I'm going to take the L'Oreal C10. It's like perfect. It's like buildable. It's like, it has like little redness. I'm sorry if I keep saying like. It has like a little redness in it, but not too much. It's overwhelming. So yeah, it's like a good foundation. So as you guys can see, my hand is way lighter than my face. Runs in the fam on my dad's side, so you know, don't be alarmed if you see like my skin, my hand is like espresso, but my face is, you know. And don't be like, this is not caused by exposure to the sun. This is like literally biological. I hope I don't get no makeup on this, because this is a bright ass yellow shirt and makeup does not come out easily. So I'm taking my e.l.f. foundation blurring brush. Love this brush. So I'm gonna just, you know, put a little my face, and just gonna blend that out. And like usually, I have hyperpigmentation, but I find that with foundations, I only need like a layer. So I'm going underneath the eyes. And I'm using dabbing motions. A few times I'll do like a swiping motion, but I rather do a dabbing motion than swiping. I don't have any sponges. I'm going to explain why I don't have a lot of stuff in the video later on, but yeah. I have no sponges right now, so that's why I'm using, what is this, a brush. There we go. And one layer of this foundation usually does it for me. Going over my nose. You can go back in and add some more, but I usually don't need to go back in. Much of the product, I'm gonna go underneath, because you have to blend on your neck. Sometimes I'll go even on my chest, but my chest is significantly lighter than my face, so whatever I use will always look, it'll always like look like there's a difference, because of the fact that my chest is way lighter than my chest, way lighter than my face. So now I'm going to take that blending brush that I used in the last video. Told you this is my baby. I'm just gonna blend the brow concealer. If I am looking to the sides, because there's mirror here, I'm gonna just blend that into the foundation slowly. And you're gonna merge it together. But everything always ends up blending, especially when I start highlighting. I love this brow. This brow. Or it could be just I'm having an off brow day. See how it's kind of like toned down? And from blending some of the foundation with this brush, like I can tone down the underbrow concealer just a tad bit. Now when I'm done blending my foundation, I like to go in with a naked brush or unused brush and just go. Usually I do this with my sponge, but I'm going in with a brush today, and I will sorry, I talk with my hands a lot. I'm going with a naked brush and I'm just blending it in. Usually, like I said, I would do this with a sponge, but I don't have my sponges right now. I'm gonna do a little more blending of this brow because I have bronze concealer that's completely gone. Now
I'm deciding what I'm going to take to highlight, and I'm going to go in with my usual LA Girl and Espresso, but I usually use dark cocoa, but I ran out. I have to get a new one, so that's why I'm using Espresso for today's highlight. So now I'm just showing you guys where I apply my concealer, which is in the regular usual places, underneath my eyes, my nose, my forehead, and I be ODing on a concealer. My chin, and it's supposed to be my cupid's bow, but I just put like a whole line above my lip, you'll see, and in the corners of my mouth. Yeah, so that's about it. Right here, I'm just fooling around talking about my little double chin anyways. So I'm going to take my e.l.f. blending perfector, my favorite brush, that I talked about in my eyebrow video, and that's what I'm going to use to basically blend it all the way. I'm making sure there's no excess product. This is my favorite brush, and even though I am looking like I am blending fast in the video, I'm going much slower than I actually am. Just keeping in mind that this process takes some time. So I'm going to be looking crazy, and I did use a lot of concealer, so it's spreading out through my face, but I am going to control it, and just I'm going to work my way around, and I'm showing you that I'm connecting the concealer together so I don't get a harsh line, and I'm just working it back and forth between both sides.
So I'm going in with this brush from e.l.f. again. Triangular buffing foundation brush. Usually I would use this to contour, but I also use this to blend out the highlight.
So I am going with another brush to continue to tone it down. This process would be much faster if I was using a beauty blender or a sponge. I would usually use a sponge and a brush. I use both, but because I don't have my brush, sponge is just taking longer. But I just go through this process just to make sure that the highlight just looks natural, because nobody wants a crazy looking highlight. Like, we want it to be bright and we want it to be seen, but we don't want it to look crazy. So until I'm satisfied, I'm just gonna keep going over it. Now that it is toned down, I'm getting prepared to set.
My Black Radiance soft focus powder. No, I'm going to set first. Whoa. I'm going to set first with what is this? Milani Prep Set and Go. I usually use the NYX pressed powder like this. I use white translucents because when I use other shades, they just tend to really leave a flashy appearance. And with the translucents, I always blow off the excess. It's just set, and they look nice. Sorry, my hair is all in there. So making sure to blend that in. Now I'm going in with my Black Radiance in the darkest color, Milk Chocolate. And I usually use this because it's like the same color as my highlight. I'm just going to swipe it off. Swipe them on to my face. Just have that extra setting effect. I like using a powder that's like the same color as my highlight, so it doesn't look too crazy, look too bright, blends in. I'm using the e.l.f. powder brush. And now I'm going to use the e.l.f. pointed powder brush. I just got a whole new set of e.l.f. brushes for my face, so that's why everything is kind of e.l.f. But before I used to use a lot of BH Cosmetics and a lot of brands on Amazon. So I'm taking my LA Girl Pro face powder. It's a little beat up because I use this all the time. I'm going to set the rest of my face, and this is like a powder that's, you know, my the same shade as my foundation. So, you know, if I look ever too light, I just kind of blend that into everything and just quickly swipe so we can get some color back into the face. But what I also do if I look too powdery or too light is set my face with rose water, and that just tends to, I find that tends to tone down things more. And I'm just softly going over. Don't mind the fact that I didn't like my edges. Softly going over that. And now I'm going to also take, I might take an eyeshadow from the Morphe palette. Let's see if this will contour me. I'm going to take the dark shadow right here, and we're going to see if this will work as a contour. Who knows? I see a little something. I'm going to blend it up. See a little something. And then I'm going to take my Juvia's Place, the Saharan blush. I'm going to take Abby. This is my favorite. Just take a little bit because Juvia stuff is super pigmented. Gonna rub that into my cheeks. I'm afraid to take more like product because of how pigmented Juvia stuff is. Like, oh god, like I used her eyeshadow palettes and it's just so like pigmented for such an affordable price. I'm just gonna blend that. Take my powder brush. If I ever feel like I have too much blush or contour on, this has like my foundation, so I can just quickly run over that and just fix everything. And then I'm going to take this NYX Chrome Blush, Duo Chromatic. Basically, it's a blush with like sparkly shit in it. I'm going to take my e.l.f. highlighting brush. I just love this because it's like, it's easy for me. I can put it right on top of my blush and it just looks amazing. I'll pick me up on camera because a little goes a long way, and if you put too much, it's like, could go crazy. And it has like a gold reflection. I'm just going to dab a little bit on my nose. I don't really go crazy for nose highlights. Put a Cupid's bow. Up on the chin, a little bit on the temples, and underneath the brow. Okay, so this is my flawless face routine. Now I know some of you are probably like, are you going to do something to your eyes? I purposely did not put any concealer or anything on my eyes because the next video I am going to show you a simple everyday eyeshadow routine, and I usually do my eyeshadow stuff before I do my face, but for the purpose of the video I wanted to have my face done and then I'm going to go into my eyes, so stay tuned.